We just finished our couples retreat. I want to share 3 things that we took away from this event.
Every single relationship has struggles, making sure that we learn from every single mistake. So that's why this retreat for us was special, because we knew that the bigger the challenge, the bigger the impact. Because these couples left this retreat ignited, they were connected. Now they have a clear vision of where they're going, and most important, why they are together. What's the calling that they have with each other?
Welcome to Ignite Your Passion podcast. My name is Vivian and Raul.
My name is Raul Villacis, and in this podcast, we're going to help you ignite your passion in your business, in your marriage, and in your life.
We just finished our couples retreat, and we want to share 3 things that we took away from this event.
Welcome to the Ignite Your Passion podcast. My name is Raul Villacis, and I'm here with my queen.
Yes, Vivian Raul.
And we're so happy that we just finished this retreat because it was a challenging retreat. It wasn't easy. It was one of the hardest events that we put together.
Yes, and seriously, we're really happy that we finished. And there's a place of fulfillment because we got it done, but it also it challenged us so much. And now that we get to sit down here and really have this conversation of how much it really, all this energy that it took for us to get this done, then at the end you feel okay, oh my gosh, thank you, Lord, for getting us through to all these challenges. And that's what we want to talk to you about today. And that's the reason why we're filming this podcast, because something worthwhile is never easy.
Especially relationships. We tend to look at the people who have great relationships thinking that, they must have it all together because, they know how to communicate, they know how to connect with each other. But the reality is that every single relationship has struggles. We struggle in our relationship. This is not a perfect relationship. But the one thing that we always talk about is creating progress, making sure that we learn from every single mistake, making sure that every single time we're constantly looking for the next level. So that's why this retreat for us was special, because we knew that the bigger the challenge, the bigger the resistance the enemy had for us, the bigger the impact. Because these couples left this retreat ignited, they were connected. Now they have a clear vision of where they're going, and most important, why they are together. What's the calling that they have with each other? So let's start with giving them some 3 things that we got from this retreat. What's your top 3?
So I always come away from the retreats, and I know we're teaching, right? We are here holding the space and teaching. But as I'm teaching, Raul, it's it just comes right back to me. And I think that's one of the beautiful things, that when you are the teacher, you also have to be in the space of I am the student. I am the teacher and I'm also the student. And I know that we talk about this foundation of communication, right? And that communication and that connection, because that was our foundation, how we started, is about communication and connection. And for me, it was this place of okay, I need to have connection to myself, and I need to feel okay, what is this higher source that I need to connect? Because right now, it's not all there. Right now, it's we're on shaky ground, at least for me, I'll speak for myself. And we're getting ready to lead, and we're getting ready to hold the space for this couple. So how do I find this place for myself of deeper connection?
So first, Vivian got sick. I got sick right before the event.
And it wasn't just any type of sickness. This is I had bronchitis, I had to be on antibiotics, and I was in all this already medication, which I never really take. And all of a sudden, when I was coughing, I kid you not, it was this pain in my chest that I felt every part of me would just rip open every time I had to cough. So most of the time I had to hold it in and not even move too much, because my whole body was aching, but mostly the middle of my chest. And I keep praying about it. I'm the middle of my chest, this is all my emotion. This is where I have to lead from. Why is this hurting so much?
And that's where the resistance comes in. The enemy wants to stop you from feeling your purpose. The enemy wants to block you from creating the impact that you're going to create in your life and in the world.
Yes.
And one of the biggest things that I got from Vivian is the way that she shows up. She connects at a deeper level with that why, and that's how she shows up in the world. The pain that she had, we talk about using pain as fuel. And every challenge that we had in this retreat, every single time that the enemy was out there blocking it, the communication had to be there. Communicating with each other, making sure that I'm checking up on you, you're checking up on me, making sure that we remember why we're doing what we do. That it's not just a business. It's not just because people are paying us to have this retreat. This is our purpose. This is our passion. This is what we love to do. Yes. So that's the one takeaway that I got from this retreat from you is that nothing is going to get in your way from fulfilling your purpose in this world.
We created a couples retreat coming up in March. It's going to be in a beautiful destination, and it's been created to find ways to communicate better, to find ways to create a better vision together.
Here's the reality. Your relationship is a reflection of your leadership. So that's why we created this Power Couple Retreat, to be able to be around power couples that are thinking bigger, that are playing bigger, and most important, we want to create a bigger impact. So make sure you check out this couples retreat, and I can't wait to share the stage with these beautiful women, because I know without a shadow of a doubt that the best is yet to come.
The number 2 lesson that I got from this retreat really is to be authentic and to be vulnerable. And that's something that, for us women, we feel like I can't let my guard down. I am in this place of protection. I am in this place where I'm not going to let you see me breaking down. I'm not going to let you see how I really interact with the world, like this true part of me. And a place that we took our participants, which wasn't even planned. Everybody looked at us and we were like, okay, is this part of the script? It wasn't a script, because when we teach, it's not from a place of like a cookie cutter type of teach. We're teaching from experience. So coming up to this event, it was just like me holding the space, me getting sick, all the feelings that I had inside of me. And we were teaching on communication and connection on that day. And when I turned around to Raul, it was just like this place where I allowed myself to be vulnerable. I allowed myself to be authentically what I was feeling at the moment. Like my true and raw emotion was just there. And you allowed me to go there. Like my emotion was actually a teaching tool for this couples. And if I would have been in my head, I would have said to myself, no, you can't show this emotion. You can't show them exactly. You can't show all of you. But I allowed myself to go to that place because you held the space, and I felt that love, and I felt that place of okay, I got you. Then I was able to go to that place. And that was one of the biggest teachings for our couples, and it was one of the biggest teachings for me, because I have to continue. I get to continue to be authentic to the world, because what do I get out of pretending to be somebody else if I'm trying to teach from the best place in my heart?
And I didn't know where she was going when we were having this conversation from the stage. We're talking about the framework of holding the space. What does it mean for a man to hold the space for a woman when the woman is feeling all those emotions? Sometimes women have all these emotions. They don't even know what emotion they're feeling. They just know that something is not right.
That's right.
And when Vivian was processing this, she was like, this is what I'm feeling. I'm feeling I'm overwhelmed. I'm feeling tired. I'm feeling
sick,
exhausted.
depleted.
I feel like I have so much pressure. At that moment, I knew that she was processing this in real life.
Yes.
So I stopped teaching, I had to block everybody out, and then had to focus on her and be fully present to hold the space for her to actually feel that emotion and let her know that it's okay. It's okay, she doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm not here to fix things. I'm not here to make her right or wrong. I'm just here to let her see that I'm not going anywhere. And that's the moment that when the couples are there realize oh shit, that's what I go through every single time, except that the masculine energy, the man wants to fix things right away. We want to hold you. We want to take care of you. When the reality is that all we have to do is hold the space for you to process those emotions or those things on your own, and then ask the permission to see what can I do for you. Can I hold you?
And a beautiful analogy that came out of that when you were saying it rings so true, right? At that moment, I was allowing my raw emotion to be in display, right? Authentically me. And then when you said to the men, it's imagine that there is this fireworks that is taking place, and the fireworks have already started. Everything is jumping up, coming up. It's impossible. You're going to get burned. You're going to get hurt if you try to put your hands on top of it and try to diminish that flame, try to diminish and put down those emotions. And that's exactly what it feels like sometimes when we're in a relationship and we don't feel seen, loved, and understood. It's I'm trying to show you my true emotion, and all of a sudden you're going to walk away, and all of a sudden you're going to try to diminish it or make it go away or just pretend that it didn't happen.
And the reason why the masculine is always trying to fix things is because we think that everything has a solution.
That's right.
When the reality is that most of the time when a woman's emotion, there is no solution.
Right. You just
they
gotta
just
let it be.
want to be. They just want to be. So the moment that you allow the space for your woman just to be, and then you don't have to fix her. You're not here to fix things. You're here just to hold the space, to let her know that you're not going anywhere. And one of my favorite moments when I was working with the guys and we talked about, if you want your woman to surrender to you, you also have to surrender to a higher power. As a man, you have to know that you're not here just to lead because you're the man. Like, you're here to lead because God gave you that order. God ordained the man to lead his family. That's the only way that a woman could submit to the man, when the man is submitted to God, when the man is submitted to a higher power. And we had a process, a meditation, when I asked him to write a letter from a perspective of God. What is God trying to tell her through you? What is God trying to communicate? And that was a beautiful breakthrough because, man, we're not very, we don't like expressive, like especially writing love letters. I mean, these guys were there for like half hour, 45 minutes, just writing. And then at the end of the process, when we gave that letter to the women, they broke down to see how much they meant, not just for the man, but how much they meant for God. Yeah. That the reality is that if you're in a relationship, God put both of you guys together to fulfill a purpose. And your job is to see what that purpose is. Yep. But we believe that a power couple is when a whole man and a whole woman come together and they create power. He's you better have, or she's you better have. You just half-ass in life if you think that way. You gotta have the mentality that if God put you both together, there's a purpose, there's a reason, and that's what we're here to help you guys out.
What does it look like to have more connection? What does it look like to have more certainty? What does it look like to be a power couple?
Allow yourself the space for healing and for learning.
And from this place, we can create.
Just think about why you're here. Your intention, give yourselves the opportunity for an experience that will change your relationship.
Whatever you put your time, your energy, and your money towards is going to grow.
But when you're really honest about that question, then you'll get the answer, maybe that you don't want, but that's the answer that's going to help you to get to the next level in your marriage. Last thing I would say, the third takeaway is, well, it's kind of like a two-part, right? Like, you must invest into your relationship. Like, I saw all these couples that were there, they all had struggles, they all had challenges, they all overcame the obstacles, and when they finished the event, they felt like, okay, this is a place that we had to be because we had to go to our next level. If they had chosen not to come and to give in to the challenges, just like maybe like we would have given into our challenges, they would have never been there and had that growth, had that deep, loving connection that they experienced in this past couple of days. Like, you must invest into your relationship if you want to see growth, if you want to continue to go to whatever your next level is.
Because whatever you focus on, whatever you put your time, your energy, and your money, it grows.
That's right.
Unfortunately, as businessmen, we love to just invest in our business, we invest in our companies, and our relationship becomes second or third or fourth or last. I believe that when a man puts a priority in his relationship and invests and it grows, your business is just going to grow the same way, because your marriage is a reflection of how you operate in your business. That's right. So the moment that you invest time, energy, and money to take care of your relationship, man, just a matter of time that your business grows and scales.
And the final thought that I want to leave with you is this, that it's often this beautiful reminder to us, like our relationship, we got to keep it simple. That's in the simplicity you find the deepest value, right? One of the things that I love to take from Tony Robbins, and this is like this gentle reminder that I always have for myself and for our relationship, if you do what you did at the beginning, you will never have an end. Can you just imagine that? Like, continue to do the little things. The reason why you fell in love at the beginning, continue to do them, the simple things. Like, you don't need to be, it doesn't need to be something majestic, but it does need to be. You need to do something for a relationship to continue to grow.
And it has to be consistent. Like, you can't just wait for like one magic bullet, one magic moment,
or next
like Valentine's Day or a birthday. So
when we get to the events,
is the consistency that creates that passion. Is the consistency that creates that momentum. So one thing I could tell you, if you're struggling in a relationship, is go back to your foundation. Go back to the things that you did at the beginning of the relationship. Go back to the date nights. Go back to the seduction. Go back to conquering her heart. And the same thing with you, conquering his heart, because at the end of the day, if you do what you did at the beginning of the relationship, there will never be an end.
That's right.
And that's the key of relationships. The moment that you realize that if you continue to remember why you fell in love in the first place, then you start putting that seed in your heart and your soul that's going to ignite your passion.
I love you.
So thank you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for overcoming the challenges of your sickness, of your pain, because every single couple that was here was blessed. They're better because they came, and the most important, they're better because they listened to God's purpose in their lives. So if you like this video, make sure you catch this other one right here. And most important, sign up for the next couples retreat. Because where are we going the next couples retreat?
We don't know yet, but we want you to be there.
It might be the Caribbean. It might be somewhere in Europe. But at the end of the day,
doesn't matter where we go. You just
invest
need to
time,
be there.
energy, and money
That's right.
for you to
Yes.
ignite your passion. Thank you.
If you like this podcast, make sure you check out the previous episodes here
And don't forget to subscribe.
because the best is yet to come.